Hey guys, what is up? It is your friendly neighborhood Ubagoose here, back again with another World of Warcraft video. We have made it to Stillpine Hold and we're going in. I am still on this mount. I am no longer on the mount. Ping caught up to me. There we go. I was about to say this target's absolutely in my line of sight. Don't fuck with me. I do like this specific building layout. It's one of my favorites. This is one that's reused in quite a few locations where owl can exist. It's just a fairly easy copy-paste Owlkin, I guess, hideaway, fort, whatever you want to call it. But it is cool. It's a nice one. Shoot. You! Get over here! God, remember when fucking Wrath came out? Fucking, 38 years ago? All the Death Knights and their fucking macros, where whenever they death grip, they, /Y, get over here! The Kirkin! Alright, who am I turning into? This? Oh, there it is. The Kirkin is the coolest looking Corehound model. If you want a Corehound for a pet, absolutely get the Kirkin. And you can get it on Horde. Ah! I didn't expect that. That freaked me out, actually. Jesus. But yeah, you can get it on Horde, because it's just here. You just gotta get here. It's not a big deal, though. How do I get out? Is this way? Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, you know what? The second coolest. I think Kirkin is the coolest. But if you're gonna have a Corehound and you don't want the Kirkin, get Chromagus from Blackwing Lair. That guy counts as a Corehound, and he's really neat. He's got a dope-ass looking dragon pair of heads. And he's pretty cool. But the generic, like, just Corehound is really gross looking to me. I really don't like it. The just, red Corehound is just bleh. It's just bleh. Alright, I swear to fucking God, if you tell me to go kill the Kirkin, which you will, I know you. What did I just get? Those? Yeah. Hey, wow. Kill the Kirkin. Alright, I'll kill the Kirkin. Whatever. I'm gonna be a little bit of a completionist about this, which is not efficient. But it's just gonna, I promise you, this is just a starting zone thing. After we're out of the starting zone, I'm gonna say, fuck completionism. We're not doing that shit. But as long as we're in the starting zone, fuck it. Everything is close enough that I don't feel too bad about just doing it all. But yeah, after we get, like, Blood Mist Isle, I'll probably only be there for, like, a quarter of the quests. And then I'll dip and go to wherever is next. I actually don't remember what area is, like, after fucking whatever level. And Kirkin is butthole. Got a good amount of health. I also don't understand why there's just a fucking white two-headed dog in a Furbolg settlement. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just not with the times, but seems weird to me. Maybe I'm just being weird, though. I should get a tabard. Just because it'll look better. Also, I should just get a tabard because tabards are helpful. Especially, in case you don't know, you should, if you're leveling a character, like an alt, get a tabard as soon as possible. Because eventually you're going to want to do something relating to reps on that alt. At some point. That's always what happens. Next we got Thunderclap. Where do I want to put that? Tab maybe? Tab seems good. Jeez, that's so far. Ugh. Ugh. Red Ridge Mountains is apparently open to us. Which one's Red Ridge? This is Stone Talon. That's Ashenvale. Oh, Red Ridge is, that one. Yeah, fuck that. The only good thing about Red Ridge is that, there's like that quest where the dude wants to punch Deathwing in the face or something. That's like the only good thing about Red Ridge. And I'm Hearthing because fuck walking all that way and then walking all that way again. And I did say we were going to be a bit completionist here, so. What was I? What tangent was I on? I don't remember. I'm bad at memory. Memory's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I am tracking repair, right? I am. There they are. They just didn't load. They didn't exist! Technically a good vendor to anybody, because I don't think I have to repair it all. Oh, I was wrong. Dink. Alright, we're about to make our first actual gold. Close. Very close. Thunderclap's a sweet one, though. Really good spell. Takes no rage. Does AoE. Does 81 damage, which is quite a bit. Yeah, that's more than Heroic Strike, so it's pretty good. Obviously not as much as Execute. Weird, I know. But it's pretty cool. And I just like the animation. That female drain I have for it, for the stomp. It's a good one. It's a good animation. Definitely better than pretty much every other race's stomp, aside from Tauren, because Tauren were made to stomp. They have the racial stomp. So it would make sense that Tauren have the best stomp animation. Right, tabard. Yeah, get a tabard. That's it. That's all I have to say. I didn't have anything fancy to say. I might, if I hit 15 super early in this episode, I might just do a dungeon at 15, which is the first time that you can do a dungeon. So, I think I might do that. Which also is happens to be the same level that I get my first talent, which I believe the first talent that you get is shit, but we'll see. Just generally uninteresting. Clap. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the level 15 talent for prop warriors, I think all warriors actually have the same. Oh, no, it's the charge talent. Never mind. I'm a dirty, filthy liar. It's actually quite cool. It'll allow me to charge more. Just generally more. I won't get rage. I won't get as much rage, but whatever. Still good. Do I get anything else at 15? Nope. Next is 18, where I get shield charge and shield block. Shield block is pretty cool. It is actually a really cool spell. Now, the downside to it is that it does cost a lot of rage. However, you do generate rage. It was on the time. All right, I'm not doing that one. Fuck that. I didn't realize it was... Oh my god, I'm so mad, actually. I didn't realize even the turn-in was on a fucking time limit. Jesus Christ. No, fuck that shit. Yeah, wave that quest goodbye. That's right. I'll do all the other ones, just not that one. Fuck that. Jesus. That's actually so brutal. Although 900 XP is pretty irrelevant at this point. So I'm not too terribly upset about it. Alright. Blood mist hatchlings. I mean, I could just swim the distance. I'm so close to the pathway, though. No loot. We Gucci. I can't wait for 22 when I get Heroic Throw, which is so funny to me. Heroic Throw used to be like the fucking God, what level did you get it? It was in the 70s, right? Because it was added in Wrath. And I think pretty much every spell that was added in Wrath you got during, you know, Wrath levels, so between 70 and 80. Don't quote me on that because I'm probably wrong, but I believe that's true. You definitely got Disengage super late, as well as Deterrence in Wrath. A lot of the spells have been reduced in level now, especially Heroic Throw, which is now 22 rather than what it used to be, of like, you know, whatever it was, like 70 something. Like high 70s probably. These guys aren't getting one shot. It's bullshit. Alright, I'm a liar. They are definitely getting one shot. Especially when I crit. They're actually not getting one shot though. Some of them are, but I don't know if it's because there's different level ones and I'm like one-shotting the level 10s while not one-shotting the 11s, or I don't know. Wasn't really paying attention. I'll be honest, I'm pretty tired right now, but I really want to get 15. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna get 15. This is definitely the final episode that I'm gonna be doing, recording for tonight. What do I have to do? Okay. I need to get a stupid key somewhere. Where? High Chief Bristlelim. Yeah, but where is that person? I don't know where High Chief Bristlelim exists. I don't know where he is. I'm just gonna kill a bunch of these stupid furbolgs, cause fuck them, right? I keep spamming the button because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need to stomp, and then I'm like, oh, I don't need to stomp, but it already buffered the input. So it's always too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late to apologize. Sorry, that was too accurate. I probably need to be a bit more careful. Make sure YouTube doesn't flag me for copyright. Alright. Gotta get some sand pears. I wouldn't really want sand to be in my pears, but apparently I'm not a space alien who has mastered interstellar travel. So I guess that explains it, doesn't it? So where the fuck is Bristlelim? He's not in there, right? Because that's where some Naga's at. That's not even a cave. It looked like a cave, but it's not. Bristleim, where are you? Over here, mayhaps? Maybe? There you are. I see you. I see your red name bar. Hello, High Chief Bristleim. Bring it on. Let's go. Alright. We got the key, which means we're good to go. Just kill some shit on the way. I mean, at the end of the day, really, the fastest way, like, again, I'm gonna just reiterate this. The fastest way to level 1 through, like, 20 is just grinding mobs. So, if your plan is to watch this series to get an understanding of how to quickly level, this is not the series for you. Because we're not going to be leveling fast. It's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. It's just the way it is. But I will be, you know, killing some extra mobs every now and then when available, because fuck it, why not?
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Have they not?
Good health, long life. Warm wishes to you.
Hey, more shit that I don't give a shit about. Yeah, give me that. Alright, I'm just gonna talk to you and see if you have a different quest. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab this so I can ride a mount to this next location. And then I'm gonna say, fuck your dumb quest. And we're done. Easy peasy. Thanks for the mount. Idiot. So in case you were wondering why this one's called Red Mistile, I believe you can tell now why it is. You're going the wrong way. Well, unfortunately, I'm going the right way, bud. Guess I don't get him out the whole way, but that's alright. Still saved a bunch of time. Alright. Blood Watch. This place is pretty cool, I will say. I do really like the aesthetics of the Draenei and Blood Elf starting zones. They're really, really nice. I'm gonna make sure that I set my hearth, because I really don't want to fuck that up. Bloodwatch, we're good. Hey, a quest. Hey!
Good fortune.
A quest. Hey! A quest.
Open your heart to the light. Seek the path.
Yeah, of every starting zone, I think the aesthetics of... I mean, the aesthetics of the Panda starting zone are really good. The aesthetics of the Worgen starting zone are really good. The aesthetics of most of the base starting zones are pretty bad. They're just kind of bleh, you know, very, very mediocre. And the starting zone for the goblins is also kind of meh, kind of uninteresting.
Open your heart to the light.
But
Each day
not the
is a
worst.
blessing. Safe journey. May your
But I do really like Blood Elf and Draenei. They're both quite good. Alright. So that's a lot of shit. Alright. Blood Mushroom. Wait, what was this one? Aquatic Stinkhorn. Is that the only... I guess that's the only spot I can get at, so keep that in mind. Not gonna spend my... I lied. Spend my rage. I'm looking for a blood mushroom. Which would be... There it is, okay. Alright, so this is the Ruinous Polyspore. Which can... And then Felcone Fungus and... Okay, got it. Damn it, Victory Rush just wore off. Gotta kill some dudes the old-fashioned way, you know? Hey, all of you, get the fuck over here. Obviously, the more mobs you tank, the better. As protection. You do get actively rewarded for it. It's quite good. I will say also, tanking over the years that since I started playing and now clearly has changed quite a bit aside from just the whole tanks deal more damage now. It feels very bizarre. Like, it's so weird because it feels so weird to tank as a Death Knight now, when tanking as a Death Knight back when Wrath came out felt so good. Just in general, just generally good, right? Reason being, you could tank as any spec. Absolutely any DK spec was a perfectly reasonable tank. And like, I'm fucking serious. Like, I personally, when I did most of my raiding, I did it on my Hunter. My Hunter was my main in Wrath, but I did have a Death Knight alt whom I did use to do tanking if we needed a tank, if one of our tanks couldn't make it. And this was like Nax Ulduar raiding, so it, like, you know, even though my tank wasn't, or my Death Knight wasn't the guy getting a lot of loot, it was still enough to, you know, tank Nax. And that's not to say that Nax was easy. Most people like to say it was, but I don't know. It really wasn't that easy. The big thing about Nax was just the fact that the what do you call? The gear requirement was super low. Right? Because it was the first tier of raiding. And at the time it was before any catch-up gear had been introduced. So pretty much everybody who was doing Nax was in Nax tier gear or heroic gear. And that's it, right? So gear requirement was low enough that it didn't matter that my Death Knight was not my main. I could quite easily have the gear to tank. But I tanked as a dual-wielding Frost Death Knight. Which sounds bizarre now, but... You know, any spec can use the blood presence, I think is what it's called. So yeah, any tanking spec or any spec as a Death Knight. I am really tired. I'm sorry. Any spec as Death Knight was just as good as any other spec as at tanking in Wrath of the Lich King. I swear to God, English is my first language. I promise. So double time is the best. Warbringer stuns them. Juggernaut just reduces the cooldown to 12 seconds, but double time is just better. So the downside to double time is that you can only generate rage from one charge every 12 seconds. So it is limited, but it is still great. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do a dungeon, maybe. Okay, hang on. Let me do Let me do this first. Let me just check Dungeon Finder. Random classic. Dunk dunk. Gold reward, 35 silver. Alright, where's this fell cone fungus? There it is. That's easy enough. I guess I'll also do this. I guess I should do that. Maybe I won't do a dungeon in this one. Which is probably okay, because I'm tired, but... I mean, it's not like... What are the level 15 dungeons? Ragefire Chasm and Dead Mines. They're both pretty easy. Don't require a lot of focus. I mean, Dead Mines is probably the one that I would want the least. But neither of them is really a problem at all. So what do I do? Black Slit Scouts tagged. Okay. Do I just... Is it any Murloc? It says Scouts, and I don't see a single Scout. I see Cruelfin. Forager. Forager. Tidecaller. There's a Scout. Oh, I have to tag 6 Scouts, which seemingly is not... They're not the most common. At the very least, they are color-coded. That is nice. Don't have to worry about that too bad. Cruelfin. Look at the guild, the group he's a part of. Raw girl, gurgle. So, there you go. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Man, there really aren't scouts, are there? They just don't exist. That's brutal. There's one. Hey guys, just don't aggro me. I'm just passing through, you know? Thanks. Yeah, there's one. If I could click. My mouse accuracy is horrendous, by the way. Alright. Fuck you. Hey, I got a shard. Hey, a shard. Alright, maybe I should kill some Murlocs. I mean, I'm 2 for 2. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be 100% for Murlocs. That'd be a bit weird, but it is turning out pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty good drop rate. Again, I don't think it's just because they're Murlocs. I think it's just a small string of luck, and I'm a human, so I like to derive a lot of meaning from short-term patterns. Instead of just assuming that it's randomness and it could be a streak in random. And streaks are a very common occurrence in random. That's one of the things that I find so interesting, by the way, is that people are so, like, they just... People in random is such a weird thing. Humans in random, specifically. Let me be a bit more specific about what I mean. So, I'll take, for example, when we were playing Catan the other night. Me, my dad, my brother, and his girlfriend were all playing Catan. And we were having a good time. Don't stop me now. But it was enjoyable, you know? I mean, we were playing Catan, so of course it's enjoyable. And then, like, we rolled, like, you know, 6 5s in a short term sort of time span. And then, like, you know, a bunch of 8s. And, like, me and Chelsea were both adjacent to a 6. location, and if you don't know, 6 and 8 are the 2 second most commonly rolled things with a pair of dice. Pair of d6 rather. Most common being 7, which there is a reason that in Catan the bandit guy is on 7. It's because it's the most commonly rolled number. But yeah, so we basically didn't roll like any 6s, right? And instead of it just being like, oh, that's weird, Chelsea was like, give me a new pair of dice. And I'm like, what? Give me a new pair of dice. I'm like, but it's just random. I mean, that's randomness, right? Getting streaks, you know, a streak of 5s without rolling 6s is just part of what random is. But it was a very interesting thing, you know? Just having somebody specifically that you know is smart and should understand that that's just part of randomness. It was very, I don't know, it was very weird. Can I silence you? Probably not, right? Hey, you didn't cast another thing. We're good. Yeah, we like to see short-term patterns, right? Like sample size of like a few, right? And then just be like, all right, I understand this. Which is just not accurate at all. But we like to think it is. We like to fool ourselves into thinking it is. I mean, it's like when I bring this up a lot because it is a very unique sort of situation, and it's also very important to the conversation. But you know, Apple's old shuffle, people thought wasn't random enough, when in reality it was more random than what they changed it to, but people tend to like what it got changed to because it feels more random to them. And the reason is, for some reason, deep in our brains, we have this subconscious assumption about random and that it should be equal, right? So if all options in random are as likely as each other, we assume, even in short term, the pattern should be clear that they are equal, right? That they have equal opportunity of happening. There should be equal amounts of them. When in reality, that's not random. That would be pseudo-random. Random would be, fuck it, whatever. Literally anything, right? It could be equal, absolutely. However, being equally spread is actually just as likely as being in streaks. Literally just as likely. Because that's how random works. Each event is a complete independent thing from each other event, right? That's it. That's random. Meaning that when you look at a extended, like a large sample size of a random set of data, you will notice that things that are equally likely to happen will happen in equal amounts. But in short-term patterns, you're never guaranteed that shit at all. I mean, even in long-term, you're not guaranteed it. It's just so much more likely to happen. You're still never guaranteed it. Even with a sample size of like 700, you know, you're not even gonna guarantee it. Again, it's gonna be very likely, but never guaranteed with random. Welcome to random. Ain't it a bitch? But yeah, as people, we like to see patterns and derive meaning, so. And that's not like a weird thing, I don't think. See patterns, derive meaning. I mean, in fact, it's a good thing. Like, it's like an evolutionary trait, right? It's not just like some weird thing that is a part of humans. Like, it it makes sense to be there from an evolutionary perspective, because it allows us to quickly identify, like, you know, something that doesn't work, right? For example. Shit, we have a minute left on this, okay. So, like, you know, we do something, right? And then the thing doesn't work. And then we try again, and then it doesn't work. At 2 failures, most people would probably be like, I'm done. You know, like, did it. I tried. I have figured out it's not going to happen. 3, like, you know, I'd say after 2, maybe like, I don't know, 60% of people would call it quits. After 3, probably closer to like 90% of people would. Right? And that's, you know, that's like an evolutionary trait, because it's like, you know, in nature, it is very useful to be able to identify patterns if you are not the top dog, you know? I don't know. Some people like to argue that humans have always been the top dog, but, I mean, if we didn't have tools, if we weren't smart enough to create tools, how would we even be the top dog from, like, a food chain perspective? We wouldn't, right? Like, there's just no way. At the very least, like, the meat we would eat is just small animals, you know? And even then, we use tools, right? We use, like, traps and stuff. So, I mean, if we weren't smart enough to create tools, then we probably would just be eating a lot of plants. Like, a lot of plants. And some people do eat a lot of plants, but use tools to eat said plants. Hey. Alright. I gotta vendor some shit. Douche, 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 douche. No sell price is good. That means I won't accidentally sell it. I know I could save the linen cloth to make money on the auction house, but it's not enough for me to give a shit. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do the thing. Let's queue. It'll be like instant, no matter what. And by instant, I mean, you know, maybe 10 seconds or so. Although I am recording this at, you know, midnight, so it might be a little longer occasionally, but. Hey, Ragefire. I like Ragefire. This one's cool. Yes. This is a cool one. Hey, that's a portal from Stormwind. Alright, here's hoping that I can quickly identify the whole not holding aggro thing on the average enemy with these nameplates. We'll see how that works out. I want to loot. I'm greedy. Okay. So basically, the goal is in dungeons, you just hold aggro and then you kill shit, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The problem only arises when you do pretty much exactly what I did there, which is poorly plan your AoE ability usage. But we're alright. Or poorly plan your charge usage. But it doesn't fucking matter. Leveling dungeons are fairly easy. Not a lot of effort is required generally. Not a lot of forethought. Hey, look, a boss. Yeah, so leveling dungeons pretty much are just walk from point A to point B until it's over. They're very easy. And as you can maybe tell on recount, I am doing the most damage. Alright, don't we, well, we just saved that person, right? So we're good. And then there's this boulder. There's plenty of people to save at the end, so. Yeah. Just gotta do some questies. I'm gonna walk on this side and assume that I'm not gonna get damaged. So Thunderclap actually used to be, because I brought this up, I was leveling when I was doing stuff with my friend Shoop, and we were just like grinding dungeons and shit, and he was on a Prot Warrior. I brought this up and he seemed very confused about it, but Thunderclap, somebody please confirm or deny this, because this was the thing that, like, I swear to God was true. It used to be an aggro tool, right? Not just an AoE. It used to be like an actual aggro tool, right? And it used to be like taunt, where it would reset the aggro on the target. Like it would just, you know, you'd be the target, and that would be that, right? It was just an aggro. It was an AoE taunt basically that did a small amount of damage. Right? Like I'm like so certain that this is true. That when Shoop was like, huh? It fucking confused the fuck out of me. Apparently somebody's not looting. Oh, there we go. They started looting. They're at 4 now, immediately. But yeah, now it's just an AoE, which is fine. In fact, it's quite good, because you can actually use it as a different spec now. And it's good. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Douche, douche, douche. Okay. Also, I will say, of all of the dungeons that they did change in... I don't think it was Kata when they changed all these early dungeons, right? It might have been Kata. I don't remember all of them being changed in Kata. I think this one was, but I think some of them were at a different time. I'm not going to charge. Fuck it. I'm crazy. I'm too close. Charging things that are suspended in lava at the edge of a platform, generally a bad plan. You quite often will just, you know, careen into the abyss. But looks like we lucked out this time. That's good. Hello. But yeah, this is one of the cooler ones that got changed. I tend to really like this one. I liked it before, just because it was like the first dungeon I ever did. Pretty sure it was the first one I ever did. Had to be. Or had to have been. Alright. We good to go? Looks like we're good to go. I'm gonna save a little bit of rage. Well, pretty much the rest of my rage I think I'm gonna save for executes. Or I'll throw some away, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Hey. Alright, agreed that. And then go over here. Get the 5, and we done skis. Look at that shit, 2 levels, easy peasy. Might even be a 3rd. We have 4 quests. Let's find out. Nope, not quite. Pretty close. Pretty close. I mean, that's not bad, right? That's not bad. That was, what was that, like 8 minutes? Actually, we might actually just hit 18 here. Oh, of course you have to do a stupid thing. Ugh! Hate it. So I am planning with this character. Oh yeah, what a good belt. It's more armor. And I'm just gonna always have int belts. I'm the smartest. So I am planning on this character being, weirdly enough, dual specking prot and prot. Reason being, Gladiator's Resolve gives Gladiator stance, which increases physical damage dealt by 5%, increases mastery by 50%, and replaces your shield block with shield charge. Hello? What did I... Alright. And basically what Gladiator stance does is it turns prot into a DPS spec, as long as you're in that stance. Which is fine. You know, I mean, like, the thing is you don't generate extra threat unless you're in defensive stance, and that being a different stance means that you don't generate extra threat. So you're just a sword and board DPSer, which is pretty cool. And apparently it's like, I don't fucking care about this shit. Give me attack power.
Blessings upon your family. Remember the legion's end.
What was I saying? Right, okay, whatever. We have shield block.
Each day is a blessing.
Dionysaka. But yeah, so you're a sword and board DPSer, which is pretty unique. I think it's cool. So I'll dual spec, one being a tank, the other one having Gladiator's Resolve. Like, technically, you know, I could just stock up on the Tome of Empty Mind or whatever the fucking final thing is. Or I could just not do that. Why am I a Blood Elf? I'm fucking hot, dude. Hello. Yeah, yep, yep. Yep. So why couldn't anybody else do this? Why did you have to wait for me to come along? Couldn't you have turned anybody into a fucking Blood Elf? You dummy.
The Legion's end draws near. Be kind to those less.
Alright, I think that's what we're gonna call this episode. And this recording session. Cause I'm getting a little loopy. I've been slurring my speech a lot. Slurring my speech. Hopefully in the next episode we can continue having a good time though. An urgent letter. All the way over there. Dang, dude. There's a lot of quests here. And what's... Okay, whatever. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. I don't know how frequently I'm going to upload these. It probably depends on how frequently I record them. For now, I'll do it daily until I'm out of shit. You know, out of episodes and out of motivation, probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens, though. I might actually just do a shitload of dungeons, because that's the fastest way to level. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode.